go. It's Friday, Friday the 29th of October 2021. Good evening to you, boys and girls. I've got, or good morning, depending what time you're watching this, of course. I've got my Halloween jacket on today. Incidentally, this is the second time I've recorded this. And I've done this twice this week. There's a setting on the recording thing which you have to change before every time you record it, because it's like mixing between live and recorded, you see. And I have to keep changing this setting, and twice this week I've completely forgotten to do it. If I let the first video go, the first time I'd done this, it would be very pixelated. It's like low quality video. Oh God, so I'm about to do the whole show all over again, just because we are perfectionists, boys and girls. Perfectionists, like Tesco's. They're perfectionists, aren't they? Do you think Tesco's are perfectionists? I'll tell you why, darling. They have a quiet night. Have you ever heard of this? Because I haven't. This is news to me. It's in the Daily Star. It says supermarket giant Tesco has confirmed a permanent change to its stores worldwide. And that is, following on from its successful trial, Tesco's Quiet Hour scheme will stay permanently in UK stores. Now, this scheme apparently was introduced as a trial scheme in the larger stores, but it was so well received that the supermarket will now continue to lower noise and dim the lights in its stores 2 days a week. We'll be able to fall asleep while we're doing our shopping. You know, there you are, but you'll be reaching up there, won't you? Reach for the start, reach on air. Forget it, no. Reaching up for the beans and you'll suddenly just fall asleep because it's so dark in there. Well, we need torches. How does it work? Has anyone been to a Tesco's Quiet Hour? The scheme was introduced, also known as the Quiet Hour. It's going to take place on... it's in the morning. It's on Wednesdays and Saturdays between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't know about this, really. In a statement, Tesco explained, people can feel, see and experience the world differently. The shopping experience may sometimes feel a bit overwhelming to some. So what they've done is they say a calmer environment can also be better for our elderly customers. Excuse me, young man. Could you pass me that spaghetti, please? Thank you very much. They've got those push-around trolleys, haven't they? You know, the square ones. They've got their own trolleys, these old people. I reckon half of them are nicking stuff in there, dear. Watch out for the old dear with the blanket in a... What? I'm serious. Watch out for the old dear being wheeled in with a blanket over her lap. Yeah, that's where the razor blades will be, my darlings. Hiding those grapes on you naughty old dears. Nicking in Tesco's, isn't you? The lady who's in charge said, we know that almost 20% of the population in the UK have a disability and we want to be able to help our customers as much as they can. So you're going to turn the lights down and make less noise. I don't know how you make less noise in a supermarket. Do they mean music-wise? I don't know. They don't have music in Tesco's. I don't know any supermarkets, actually, that have music over here. They do that a lot in America, I think. We'll have to ask Glenda about that. You have music in supermarkets in America. I don't think we have Sainsbury's music. We just have those annoying announcements, but they sound really fake. Hello, Sainsbury's. Hey, Sainsbury's customer services here. We just want to tell you about our special offer on the chocolate today. Buy one, get one. And all that business going on. Maybe they mean the tills. Let's have a little bit more look. There we are. Look, yes. The supermarket, Tesco's, which has 3,400 shops in the UK, is also aiming to reduce the noise of self-service tills and scan as you shop devices in the future. Well, you've got to have that bleep, dear. Beep. 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 There is an undisclosed... Oh, we've got to have a bit of echo. There is an undisclosed item in the checkout area. Please remove this item and try again. If there's a member of staff standing near me, I do it purposely because it annoys them. They keep looking over to see if I'm nicking anything. What, from Sainsbury's? I don't think so, darling. Or Tesco's, was it? I don't go in Tesco's. I think they've just reduced the price of one of their vegan ranges by about 30%, actually. I can't believe how dear... Anyway, that's the story there. What do you think of that? Can't believe how dear vegan stuff is. It's crazy. I don't see how vegan stuff is so expensive. It doesn't make any sense, does it? You haven't had to, like, bring up an animal and kill it. We've just grown something. How is that the same price? Bit of a rip-off there. So, on that same subject, so we got the quiet hour in Tesco's. How about theme nights in your local supermarket? Are you liking the sound of that? What would you suggest? What would you suggest as a theme night in your local supermarket? Put a little comment in the comment section, or you can send an email into the show. There's the email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. A theme night. How about karaoke nights? Yeah! As you're picking up your tea bags, there I am, standing in front of the bread and cakes. I'm hoping that I will be employed in a supermarket to do karaoke nights, but I will have to insist that I can stand in front of the cakes area. Angel cake, lemon drizzle cake, rainbow cake, red velvet cake. Oh, I'll be surrounded by all these cakes. I'll be even fatter than I am now, won't I? God, how fat would I be after having all of that? Cakes. And there I'd be with my little rope light around my unit, and people could come up and sing. What songs do you think should be suitable for singing at a karaoke night in your local Waitrose, for example? Huh? I can see myself being employed that night. I don't know what hours. What time is Waitrose open till? Is it 10? No, I would recommend, say, we'll try and catch the early evening shoppers. So 6 till 10, I think. Karaoke night at Waitrose in Bracknell. Not karaoke? Well, what about a disco night where we just play music? And you could have different music for different age groups at different times. So obviously, 3:30 when the kids come out of school, that's when you'd want the Justin Bieber and the Britney Spears on, isn't it? Justin Bieber. Yeah. Da 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 da. I get my peaches from Georgia. I get my weed from California. Yeah, that one. And other music like that. And as we get later into the night, perhaps we'll put on the disco stuff from the 90s. That would be the people coming out of work, 90s, sort of 90s dance music. I don't know, Living Joy, Dreamer, bum 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 bum, Unbreak My Heart, dance mix, Say You'll Love. Any other suggestions of songs or nights at your local supermarket? And then later on, we'll have the disco for the older people, 70s and 80s. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno, burn. We could do a live show from Reach on Air. Live. We'll have to do it with echoes, excuse me. Live from Waitrose in Bracknell. It's Chris Reardon's big night out. It's working for me. Working for me. Any other suggestions? What else have I got something written down here? How about a fancy dress night? You can go dressed in fancy dress. Well, to be honest, some of these customers, they look like they're in fancy dress, dear. I've seen students walking around Asda in their pyjamas. I kid you not. 2 o'clock in the morning, because some of those Asdas are open all night long, aren't they? I could go in a little French maid's outfit or something like that, Could have a drag show. Have a drag show in your local. I'm sure this would bring people in. And while in front, next to whatever's happening, drag show, karaoke, disco, you'd have a till there so that people could buy perhaps drinks and things and enjoy the spectacle while they're doing their shopping. Obviously they'd have to carry their receipts around. We're not having any thieving. Of course, it doesn't happen in Waitrose anyway, dear. It's Aldi. They're getting out there left, right and centre with stuff, dear. Shocking state of affairs. Or maybe even an S&N night. Does that sound appealing? Your suggestions, please, for nights in your local supermarket. Stick them in the comment section, or send an email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And I mentioned being fat a moment or two ago. Well, yesterday, 2 lots of chips. I'm very, very sorry. Very bad indeed. 2 lots of chips. 1 lot was my homemade chips, which I stuck in the oven when I went to the swimming pool on the timer, so that ready when I come back. Hardly anyone in the pool again. 5 people in the pool, I think there was today. 5 people. Well, in my lane. 5 in my lane, two in the fast lane and about 6 in the slow lane. Very quiet in the swimming pool at the moment. I'm only managing 50 lengths at the moment. I don't know why that is. Yeah, this started almost... Well, it did. It started as soon as I started doing those 7:30 to 8:30 shows. That we did 2 weeks of those, didn't we? And immediately I started that, I found I was struggling to get up to that 60 lengths. So at the moment I'm only doing 50. Maybe I just need to build back up again, eh? Not that 50 lengths is bad. That's 40 minutes non-stop swimming in the pool. I don't stop. You know, not like some of these Herberts in there. Oh, they're going so fast. Up, and then they have to stop and have a rest. Well, we don't have any other rests, dear. Rest? Long time dead, my love. Don't want to rest, do you? God's sake. So that was it. Come back and I had my homemade chips with some baked beans and dog chews. When I say dog chews, this is what I mean by dog chews. Look. This is the vegan bacon. My nephew reckons it looks like dog chews. He's not far wrong, is he? Be honest. But it does taste absolutely... It tastes exactly like bacon. I'm not joking to you. You've got to try that. It's called This Is Not Bacon. It's £3 from a lot of supermarkets. It's a white packet, okay? White cardboard packet. But it does look like dog chews. Talking of which, I sent a picture of that to my niece over in Cyprus and her children and convinced them that I'm eating... They now think I eat dog chews. Because years ago, those of you that have been with us with the show for years will remember that one of the things that I cook is called campfire stew. Well, when you mix it up, it does look like dog food from a can. And I convinced her children before they moved to Cyprus, so this would be about 4 or 5 years ago, that I was eating dog food. And I was going to bring some round and give it to their mum, my niece. Anyway, so this particular day I went round there and went round the back doors, like they got like sliding door on the back. And as I got there, Emily, who was about 4 at the time, I think, and George was 5, they met me at the door. They wouldn't let me in. They're pushing me back. Mum, don't let him in. And she's like, it's not really dog food. And they're like, it is, Mum. He's trying to trick you. Don't let him in. Well, I've now managed to convince them that I'm eating dog chews as well. As you can see once again from the picture. I mean, they do look like dog chews, don't they, eh? Come on, be honest. Anyway, so that's what I had. Unfortunately, the chips that I do in the oven, they can be quite sharp on the end. And I was sitting there watching a war film, actually, on Netflix. And I bit this chip and it went into the roof of my mouth. And I kid you not, there was a hole in the roof of my mouth. Not a scratch, a hole. And this blood came pouring out. But it's funny. It's a funny thing with when you damage your mouth. It does seem to recover very quickly. Have you noticed that? And now as I sit here many hours later, I mean, it feels like there's a little bit hanging down. You know, yeah. Can you see that or not? I'll put my light on. Hang on. Let's put my other light on. See if you can see that. I don't know. I don't think you can see that, can you? But it's not annoying, fortunately. But it stopped bleeding within sort of 10 minutes. Mouth things do seem to recover very quickly. Anyway, that was the first lot of chips. And last night I also went to my mate's house and I was on my bike and I said, do you fancy some chips? I've got some chips from the chip shop. I'm not being funny, right? So I had a large chips because I'm a fat pig. I had a large chips. He had a small chips. £5.65? Sorry? What? For 2 lots of chips? £5.65 for 2 lots of chips. It's dear, isn't it? See, I remember when I was in the Scouts, me and my friends, Charlie and Philip and Tim and Mark, we used to go up the chip shop at Roehampton High Street, 25 pence. 25 pence for a portion of chips. I'm sure they could still do it for 25 pence if they wanted to. You know, I mean, how much is a bag of potatoes? I'd buy my potatoes from Aldi, usually 97 pence at the moment they are for a large bag of potatoes. You know, and you don't think these chip shops are buying that for 97 pence, do you? Probably more like 40 pence of the amount of chips that potatoes they get through. The worst ones, of course, I've mentioned before, is when you go into a restaurant and you get that little basket with about 8 chips in it. Hello? Yeah, that's £5, please. Sorry? I don't think so. Let's read some of your messages on the show today. Thanks so much for your kindness sending your messages in, boys and girls. Hello to Glenda. Hello, Glenda. Glenda is in the US of A. Hello to you, Glenda. She's been with the show for years. And Glenda says, if you're really planning on coming to the United States, I would totally love to meet up with you. I think it would be awesome. I could take you to Lancaster to go shopping at the outlets. We like shopping at outlets, Glenda. We do like that. You would enjoy it there. It's a really pretty area of Pennsylvania with a lot of countryside. I think you would love it here. I have to say, I feel very fortunate to live where I do. I'm not very far from New York City, Philadelphia and New Jersey. Have you heard of Atlantic City, New Jersey? You would have some fun there. I have heard of Atlantic City, yes. Is that where CNN is? This is CNN. Is that where CNN is? Atlantic City? I think it is. I don't know the area though, really. She says, I love your new shorter shows. However, I do have to admit to miss hearing people's phone in. Well, we only really had 2 people phone in most of the time, which was Dan, who often phoned in kindly, and George. So we're really the only 2 people that phoned in. And as I said before, you can't ever say that I don't give something a really good go before I've come to the conclusion this isn't really working as I wanted it to work. And when we tried that phone in for a year, and it after a year, it's just still the same thing. It just didn't build. If things have to grow, you want to see something growing. A little bit like putting a bulb in the earth and then nothing happening. You'd be disappointed, wouldn't you? Huh? You want to see something growing, but it just didn't. Even if I had an extra person calling in each month, by that point we would have had 12 callers. Nope, still 2 at the beginning, 2 at the end. Now and again you get someone else calling, but generally it was just 2 people all the time. And I'm grateful for those 2 people for calling in, but it just didn't grow. Same as the bingo, same as the quiz night. Everything I touch dies now. Don't come near me, whatever you do. Don't let your pets near me. You'll have a cat on its back on all 4s like that, won't you? So thanks very much. She says, I was hoping I would be able to chat to you sometime soon. It was always nice to speak to you. You seem like a nice person, always happy and upbeat. We try and be happy and upbeat. Hope you have a spooky Halloween. It's her favourite holiday. Yeah, yours and Rachel Wheatland's as well, who's a lovely lady, Rachel Wheatland. She likes the Halloween stuff. Take care. Keep up the good work. You are truly special. So thanks much for that, Glenda. All right, darling. Glenda actually sent an email some time ago and it got lost somewhere for some reason. And then she sent an email to my old email address, which I found I just happened to look on there 2 weeks after she'd sent it, which I replied to. And then she didn't get the reply. So I think it's all gone a little bit wrong. But that one's certainly come through and I've responded to that as well. All right, Glenda calls me Mr. England. Thank you, Glenda. Also, where are we now? Where's that gone? I should have a little email from Vera here somewhere. Can't find it now. I don't think there was any text on it at all. Oh, there's Paul Adamson. I'm so sorry, Paul. I've only just seen that there. I haven't put that photo on the system, so I can't do that today. I'll hold on to that if that's all right for you. Okay, Vera, where is she now? Vera. I bet I've deleted it. Hang on a minute. I will have deleted it because you see, as I say, this is the second time I've recorded this because it went wrong the first time. No, it's not there either. How strange. Oh, hang on. Vera. Veggie. She said, there we go. Vera. There we go. So, Vera, we were talking about vegetarian stuff the other day, and Vera mentioned Little Willie's and vegetarian kebabs and things like that. And she sent in some pictures of vegan actually, with the vegan stuff there. It's gone on the side, isn't it? There's Little Willie's, tells you all about it there. I don't know why that's gone on the side. I think you might have sent me in 2 different format pictures there. There we go. That's the vegetarian butchers, Little Willie's. Well, they're anything but little, are they? They look quite delicious. Very long, dear. And that's the vegetarian kebab as well. Thank you, Vera. I've never really had a kebab. It's never really appealed to me. When you see that blooming thing coming down there, I would have a vegan kebab or a vegetarian kebab. I would have that. But that whole dead animal thing turning around with flames being it's not for me. I often wonder what the hell that's all made out of, my dear. Oh, God, no. No, thank you. Anyway, thank you, Vera, for sending those in. And talking of food, Greggs, look, here we go. Greggs are bringing out a vegan festive bake. It says Greggs has just announced that not only is Greggs festive bake returning to the menu in just a matter of weeks for Christmas, but this time there is a vegan version too. Does look nice, doesn't it? I wonder what it'd be like. Oh, hang on. It says here, from the 4th of November, well, we've only got a week or so, fans of a plant-based diet will be able to get stuck into this Christmas treat. You're going to try this, Vera? If you find it, love? For the vegan version of the bake, the turkey filling has been switched with corn, along with sage and onion stuffing and a vegan bacon crumb. And the whole thing is then finished with a sage and cranberry sauce and all encased in a vegan-friendly puff. Puff pastry is so bad for your weight. It's like bread. I don't know if it might even be worse than bread. Puff pastry. Puff pastry. Don't you like all those little layers, dear? So thin. How is it possible that makes you put so much weight on? I looked at a sausage roll in Greggs 8 years ago, and the weight is still coming on. I don't understand it. Don't you hate those people that can eat and never put any weight on? It's not fair, is it? Anyway, so that's something for you to try out there in Greggs, my darlings. Got to say hello to George. Hello, George. George comments on the show. When are you going up to Lincolnshire? When you go to Lincolnshire, will you still carry on doing your recorded shows? Yes, indeed, George. Everything. Amazon just spoke to me then. Could you hear that? What did she say? I beg your pardon. Will you not interrupt my programmes? I thought someone had broken in then. I thought a group of lads had broken into my house and were going to have their wicked way. That's frightening. Does that ever happen to your Amazon? It just starts talking. Oh, that's scared. Oh, the hairs of my neck have stood up. That must be because it's Halloween. Yes, Halloween. Yes, George, I will carry on doing my stuff as I normally do there. Hello to the Dark Side, who enjoyed the show yesterday. He says, another cracking show yesterday. Have a great day. And Glenda has sent a comment on the YouTube as well there. And says, hello, Chris. I love ketchup. It's not tomato sauce. I got told off by her yesterday. It's not tomato sauce. It's ketchup, apparently. She eats it with scrambled eggs. Fried potatoes and French fries. I have tomato sauce on chips. I do. Chips to you, I know, are crisps in a bag. We call them crisps. You call them chips. Potato chips. If you come to Pennsylvania, we can go to Denny's. We like Denny's. We can go to Denny's. However, there is a better place where I live that cook a better breakfast than Denny's. You can try some scrapple. What is that? Scrapple. That's so yummy with apple butter. Love the show, but I do wish I could call in and talk to you. Happy Halloween. I expect to be we'll have a call in, maybe one-off call-in shows now and again when I find a little bit of time, Glenda. Worry not, my darling, and thank you for messages. Anyone else want to put comments on there? Feel free to do so, or you can send an email there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right, my darlings. Tonight, it's Friday night tonight, and of course Saturday night tomorrow. We are doing a special Halloween karaoke. Yeah, thriller, nice. Bum, 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 bum. There's the poster. Friday and Saturday karaoke this weekend. Evilness is here. Evilness. evil. Yes, evilness is here this week at Central Station, 37 Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, London, for our big karaoke nights, both Saturday and Friday, 7:30 to 7:30 till 11 p.m. and we've got a prize for best fancy dress on both nights. I have to tell you, the one on the right hand side there, that's our manager. That's our manager Guy. And you can see those two. You see those two skeletons underneath there. They are two customers that complained to me, so they had to be murdered, and that is their skeletons. All right, my darlings, don't be sending in complaints to me, my love. That's what happens to you. Okay. I think my next show for you will be either on probably Monday, but maybe Sunday. There won't be one on Saturday because I'm quite short of time on a Saturday. By the time I've got in Friday and then it's Saturday already. So I don't think we'll have one Saturday, my darlings. Okay, but maybe Sunday. If not Sunday, I'll be back with another show for you on Monday. Feel free to send an email or leave a comment at the bottom. Thanks for watching and listening. And if you're not around, if I don't see you, have a lovely weekend and keep being scary. Goodbye, boys and girls. Goodbye.